Hello wrestling fans and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. I am Andy Kwan, and if I leave my Facebook running and it goes ping that everybody heard, I'm an idiot. With me as always is Sam Brooks.
You did it wrong.
What? I did it wrong.
You did it wrong. This isn't just another edition of the Suplah. You're underselling it.
Oh, you see,
what does the fucking thing say down there?
This is the greatest Suplah ever. It's going to be the greatest of all time. It's going to be the greatest match ever. I mean, episode of all time. That's what this show is going to be.
It'll be you, Andy Kwan, versus me, Samuel Brooks, versus him,
Brendan Davis.
What? He's here too, everybody. Welcome. We got a freeway going on this week here, talking about wrestling news, reviews, and rumors.
Just as a disclaimer, we're not having a freeway.
What do you mean? There's three of us, and it goes three ways.
No,
this conversation. So having a freeway.
That's not how.
It's not a threesome. It's not a threesome, because that's a different thing entirely.
That's very
nasty.
You had to bring it down, didn't you?
What?
You always do this. You always make it sexual. You always make it about dicks for some reason.
I don't do that. What?
Oh, we're not having sex, guys, just so you know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're not having sexual intercourse like in the Lawnmower Man through Skype. What are you talking about?
Like the Lawnmower Man? What are you talking
about? Like the Lawnmower Man with their sex on the machines. You seen the Lawnmower Man?
What in
your mouth?
What in God's name are you talking about? Your girlfriend has just put, I joined at a weird time. Yes, you have joined at a weird time.
You made it weird, Andy.
I didn't make it weird. You mentioned lawnmowers.
You did the lawnmower.
I didn't do anything with the lawnmower.
Speaking of lawnmowers of destiny.
Oh, yes.
You sick freak.
I'm not a sick freak. I should be doing another big bang backyarding at some point this week. I don't know when. Probably tomorrow, I think. Don't know. I just do it on random days. There's no schedule. What do you want me to do?
What's that? Why don't you enlighten the audience? Maybe don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, here's the thing. So what it is myself playing EWR, and it's 1998, and I created a company in my back garden. Hulk Hogan was there for 1 month, and you can follow my magical adventures on this channel, and I do these shows live because people like to watch me suffer, and it's probably going to go live tomorrow at some time. Don't know when, don't ask when, because I don't have a schedule. That's the height of professional. So yeah, watch me play EWR. Tell me what to do.
Who are some of your stars? Who are some of the people in your back garden at the moment?
People in my garden. Posty Dave Batista. He's a postman. Who else do I have? Nick Jimsmore. He just loves gymming.
Nick Jimsmore in the Academy of Gymming.
Yes.
Gymming, because for some reason the last G isn't. There's not enough text space in the game to allow the full name, so it's the Nick Jimsmore Academy of Gymming.
Yes. John Cena, who is a pimp, because you can.
Oh, what's his name? What's his fucking...
What?
John Big Pimpin' John Cena.
John Big Pimpin' Prototype is his name.
That's it. That's the one. Who else do I have? Rob Conway as Rob Continelli. Don't know why.
He's a fiery Italian, that's why.
Samoa Joe, who is a ninja, so that's a thing.
The sneakiest of all ninjas.
And unfortunately, BJ Styles has checked himself into rehab, so...
Hang on. Who's BJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
But...
He's in rehab.
And what's his gimmick, dickhead?
Oh, he's a porn star.
There it is. That's why you call it BJ Styles.
Yes, that's right. It wasn't my doing. It was the fans that asked me to do this, so I must do what they say.
Sure.
For once, it was actually the fans. I think it was Liam, of all people, maybe.
Oh, brilliant. You're so easily swayed.
I don't think that's true. But yeah, it is a great time. Please join us tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Yeah, it's probably going to be tomorrow. Or the weekend. I'm busy Friday. So anyway, moving forward, speaking of things, how's everybody been? Is everybody doing okay? Everyone good?
Imagine if the WWE were promoting their shows the way that you promote these fucking live streams. Join us for Backlash, maybe this weekend. I don't know. It won't be Friday. We're busy Friday.
Whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, basically I do this show whenever I feel like it.
We're having a pay-per-view. When? Well, I don't know yet. Just whenever I want it. Do it right now. Welcome to Backlash. What?
We had it yesterday. You missed it.
It's in the past now.
Hello, yeah, it's the greatest show ever. That's what this show is. So, what's in the news, Samuel? Go.
I don't fucking know. What's
Oh, yeah, I forgot to send this to you.
that shitty little Word document with all the news in it, with all the paragraphs in it? Why you give me shit? Why are you telling me to tell me?
I thought I sent it over, sorry. So, in the first...
Shit! Heads?
In the first, well, speaking of people who are not shitheads, in the first piece of news, John Cena has given $1 million as a donation to Black Lives Matter. He announced that he's matched the BTS Army's $1 million donation to the cause, according to BR Wrestling.
So here's what happened, right?
Okay, go.
The biggest boy band in the world currently, BTS, South Korean, they donated $1 million to start with. And then, what they call their fans, the army,
Okay.
which I'm in and which Ellie is in.
I don't understand, but continue.
It's a fandom. You know how when you really like a certain thing, you join a fandom? You know what? Yeah.
No, I don't do that. But
No, you don't do that? You haven't done that with wrestling?
You're so lame, Andy.
No.
I'm not obsessed with AEW, but continue.
No, you're not. No, not at all.
They beat them again in the
Yeah.
ratings!
This number, the slightly smaller number, it means everything.
Andy is pretty much being all elite. You understand that now?
Yeah, right. So, all of these all elite fans of BTS, they call them the Army, they matched that initial 1 million donation from BTS within 24 hours, which is no small feat. And then, Jonathan Cena, who just so happens to, what? That's his name.
I don't think that's his
It's
name.
so weird hearing it, though.
Full name, Jonathan Cena.
He's
Don't laugh.
Jonathan!
No, it sounds like it should be classy with the violin.
Don't laugh at Jonathan, right? He's fucking... donated $1 million to fucking Black Lives Matter. Like,
Yeah, why are you taking the piss out of the guy that did a really good thing?
It's the name he was given on God's green earth when he came out of his mum. That's his name, Jonathan Cena. Stop laughing.
I fucking can't, man.
What? What's the matter?
Do you think when he was born and like, you know, the birth happened and the doctors were like, where's he gone? And you can't see him.
Oh, missing baby.
Oh, we missed.
He was baby thugonomics. This is baby thugonomics.
So yeah,
His life.
Jonathan Cena. Stop laughing at his name.
That's not his name.
It's his name.
That's not his name.
Jonathan Felix Anthony Senior the Second.
Is that actually his name?
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at it.
Are you shitting me? That's his name? No.
Why are you
Oh,
laughing?
Felix now.
It's fucking Andy Lawrence Kwan. That's so fucking
Well,
weird.
don't get my middle name out on the internet. Jesus Christ.
People find you. Oh, what? What are you worried about?
Oh my god.
Your middle name? Shit.
I'm gonna have to change my name.
For what reason?
Because you gave away my middle name.
Secret's out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's your middle name?
Social security number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have that here.
It'll be in the chat in a second.
Please don't.
Yeah. They'll dox you, based because your fucking middle name is now revealed. Oh.
Okay, what were you going to say, Sam?
Back to topic. Johnny Cena donated $1 million because he himself is a fan of BTS. So collectively, these groups of individuals have raised $3 million for a charitable cause. Isn't that lovely?
That is very lovely.
Very.
It's just about time you got some fucking nice news for a change.
Well, that's why I started with that piece of news, because I think the last show, at least we did on this channel, I did a tribute type thing to Black Lives Matter, so I just thought it'd be nice to actually start something off today, because this is the greatest Suplah show ever. That I should start this off on a good note. I think that's a good thing. I think that's the best way to start off the greatest show ever. Is that correct?
It's not like any other Suplah show that you've seen before, and trust me, there have been so many over the years.
Many.
This one right here, that we're arbitrarily deeming the greatest Suplah show ever.
Yes.
You better believe it. You're part of history, folks.
It's the Jesse episode.
Yes, you're listening to history right now. The greatest Suplah show ever. Doesn't it feel great?
You know what also feels great? New Japan is coming back.
Yeah, great.
So,
you want to go ahead.
I was trying to look for a segment, but sorry.
Can't find the segue. Segues anyway.
Because it's the greatest Suplah show ever. So, New Japan have announced that when they finally return on June 15th with the beginning of the New Japan Cup, which was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The company has now announced that several guidelines will be in place for both fans and wrestlers. These include wrestlers will only... Wow, I can't read this. I've gone blind. Wrestlers will have their temperature taken 2 times a day and keep a log of who they have been in contact with. If there's any symptoms of COVID-19, they have to tell the staff and go to immediate quarantine. There will be a smaller attendance at the venues and the shows will be shorter. All wrestlers and staff will wear a mask, and there will be logs on how long they are at the venue. They will also have to leave the venue after their objective has been completed, and conversations should be kept to a minimum. Locker rooms will be zoned and will have staggered entry. Each wrestler's food and drink will have their name written on it. There will be no buffets. No buffets.
What? No buffets?
No buffets. What did I say?
What's a buffet?
I don't know. It's just like tablet.
Phoebe Buffet from Friends.
There will be no Phoebe. Phoebe Buffet will not be there, and nor will buffets. New Japan.
No Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No Buffy the Vampire Slayer. No Michael Buffer. None of these.
No buffering.
Buffers.
No buffs of any kind will be there.
No buff Bagwell.
No buff dudes.
No.
No buffing. I don't know what that means.
Damn.
New Japan will individually pack all the containers for the wrestlers with food. The ringside will be cleaned and disinfected between matches, and fans will finally be able to return on July 11th and 12th, but the Osaka Hall will only have 33% capacity, and guidelines are also in place for fans. Fans will have to wear a mask, and they are not intentionally touch the wrestlers, and there must be no loud cheering. If symptoms are present 2 weeks after an event, New Japan must be told. So if you get sick at a New Japan show, you need to tell New Japan. So then they'll just be like, no more New Japan. And that's how that works.
This is fucking solid. This is good.
Yeah.
This is already so much better than anything WWE has done for the past 12 weeks.
I mean, the thing is, like, what is the situation like in Japan with COVID-19?
It's not as bad. It's not as bad as here or America. I can tell you that for a fact.
Like, well, duh. I mean, here is, and America is, oh boy. So I'm just having a look on Google.
Well, basically, the confirmed amount of cases is only 17k, which, is lower than most other places. Fewer than 1,000 deaths. Many more recoveries. It was declared Japan would be in a state of emergency. I believe that has now been lifted.
Okay.
Because they're allowing certain businesses to do things like New Japan. So things are. It's not like it's New Zealand where it's all done there. It's gone, fucking finally, completely. But you still got to be safe. You still got to be you got to have precautions, and it's clear, sanctioned guidelines with clear repercussions of what will happen if things go south.
Yeah.
Unlike here, which is just a whole other issue entirely.
we could do the greatest Suplah ever about that, but this is a wrestling show and not why is
Well, no, but yeah, the thing is, I'm excited for this because I've missed having good wrestling. I've missed my boys over in Japan. I know neither of y'all don't really keep up with it, but for me, this is good news.
I don't really watch New Japan, although I keep paying for New Japan World. I keep forgetting to cancel
Thanks.
it every month. Yeah,
No, keep doing that. It's
no,
good of you.
I don't want to do that. So basically,
No, why don't you want to support a company?
no, I do, but
Well, then keep doing it.
but I don't watch it. So what's the point?
Well, then watch it.
Anyway,
There you go.
Get your money's worth.
Yeah, get your money's worth, dickhead.
well, I mean, here's the thing. So with these shows, so Sam, you are more of the New Japan expert out of all of us, correct?
That's indeed correct.
Are there any gaijin at this show? Like any wrestlers from outside of Japan actually going to be at the show? I will presume the answer is no, but is there any?
As in coming up these shows.
Yes.
Well, some gaijin do live in Japan.
Okay,
So,
anyone from outside Japan, so it doesn't like you could be,
No.
yeah. So if you live in Japan, you're probably going to be on the show. But if you're not, then I'm gonna. It's common sense at this point, but I'm gonna get.
they've already confirmed that names like Will Ospreay, Kenta, Juice Robinson, people that live outside of Japan, be it Florida or England or even Jay White, I believe he's in New Zealand.
Yes.
They all won't be at the show, which means that they've had to substitute a lot of these names for some homegrown talents from the dojos and gaijin that do currently live in Japan, like Zack Sabre Jr. It's probably the biggest name there that is gaijin that will be performing at these New Japan Cup shows.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's kind of it's expected at this point. I can't imagine.
But it's good because with New Japan at the moment, they're not building everything around foreign talent. They still have Okada, they still have Naito, they still have all of their mainstays that are living in the country at the moment. It's just that this is now a new opportunity for some of their what they call young lions, their trainees, new performers, to have a couple of matches in this tournament and show people why it's worth giving a damn about these new people, which is pretty good. It's more than you can say for what WWE are doing, where they're just shoving random people into their fucking perspex glass cases of emotion at ringside
Where the hell did those
during
come
Raw and
from?
SmackDown.
Where did those come from?
I don't know, man. Like it's just
I don't like it.
the fucking what is the point? What is the point?
Yeah, like if you're testing everyone anyway, then what is the point? Like I get that might be the basis of bringing fans back, but
I mean, it would be better, and I'm saying this as a guy who doesn't watch the matches without a crowd. It's better without a crowd. I don't like those fucking giant plastic anomalies guiding everything around the ring and everything. And just the awkwardness of the crowd being faces that you do kind of recognize. It's like, oh, it's fucking Jessamine Duke and Shotzi Blackheart in the fucking audience. But they're all standing 2 meters apart. It's like, what? Why? Why bother? Just wait until things are blowing over and then bring back fans when it's all been done. You've been fine up until this point without any crowds.
because
Well,
like
fucking do how AEW would do it, because even when WWE tried to do it, it just doesn't. It just
Yeah,
fucking doesn't.
Because at least with AEW, they sort of they do it so that there's faces on one side and there's heels on the other side. So like it kind of makes sense, and they try to incorporate it somehow within some storylines and stuff like that. But then when you've got like baby faces and heels in WWE going, "This is awesome," I'm like, is it? Like at the start of TakeOver, they started chanting that. I'm like, is it? Nothing's happened. What are you talking about?
That's exactly what
You're
happened
not-
if they were fans. So
Yeah. I feel
but
like they're being paid to say that this is awesome
That's
indeed.
that's the weird. It's just like it's weird.
say this is awesome. I get fired.
And do AEW have big dumb fucking perspex sheets in front of the guardrail?
No, of course
No.
not.
It's almost like it's not fucking necessary. Idiots.
I mean, Jason or Woofy in the chat has a point. Spoilers for In Your House takeover, by the way. But what was the point of the plexiglass? What's that mean? What is the point of plexiglass if they're just going to use it and ignore it to do a spot?
You're right. Fucking
Wait,
in
that was
the
a thing.
the Keith Lee versus Jonathan Garganofen match, uh, basically Keith Lee does this thing where he runs into people and he knocks them like 3 rows out. It's really cool.
Like
He
Johnny Brown
did
used
that.
to.
Right, yeah, he did that, but he put Jonathan through one of the Perspex things and it fucking caved in and he ended up in the audience. It's like I don't think you understand why these are here. Why you put them there was the reason why was to protect these random performance center people from wrestlers that you're hanging out with anyway. It makes no sense. Why? It would be
Yeah.
different if
To set up the
people
pounce.
plexiglass. It looks stupid in a bad way, not in a fucking oh look at this, it's so funny way. Just fuck, I don't like it and it gives me headaches. Please stop it. But yeah, New Japan's
The
back.
pounce.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see if the New Japan thing is, I mean, almost the blueprint for how fans can potentially come back. But I mean,
But
granted,
it depends on the state of the
co-
disease in America.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, obviously, I was going to say, like, America is, yeah. So, and
Well,
over here we're, yeah. So, that is obviously going to be the thing that's going to actually.
Because we should mention, up until this point, New Japan haven't been producing any shows. They've cancelled like 53, 73 like shows that they were going to be doing. They've not been doing anything. And they've been paying staff. They've not laid anyone off. They've been paying staff. Managers have taken pay cuts. Like, they're doing all of the right things. They're doing almost the opposite of what WWE have done. And it's fucking horrible to see, like, a comparison. And I get it, like, different lands, different stretches of the globe do different things in society, right? But why not do what they have been doing? Why not just stop everything? Have Vince afford, because like, he's a fucking millionaire,
Billionaire.
a billionaire. Like, I'm sure he can afford like 2 months of cuts, and I'm sure all of the fucking managers underneath him can afford cuts too. You don't have to release anybody, or I mean, you probably should anyway because you have too many people, but not during a pandemic
No,
when
not
they
during
can't
a-
get work
Right.
elsewhere.
Yeah, like the thing as well, like a part of me is a bit concerned from a personal point of view. Like Stassi in the chat is like, movie theaters are going to open this month in the US. I'm like, are we all like opening up our borders and stuff and easing lockdowns too quickly? Because the worst thing for me would be everything sort of just goes back to normal, right? So, I mean, Jason Wolf in the chat says non-essential businesses in the UK are back up next week. And my thing is, you bring in all these fans back to then start another wave again, and it's like, oh god, that's going to annoy me even more. I'd rather just do shows without fans.
If there's one thing that
Don't
I've
bring
learned,
them until there's a vaccine or something. I don't know. Like I don't.
at least until the infection rates are down, because granted, I'm not an expert, I'm not a genius, I am not a scientist, but that hasn't stopped other people from pretending they are
Hello.
to give their opinions, right? What I'm saying is, having worked in a public environment during this whole thing, the public cannot be trusted fucking
Fucking moron.
anything. They are selfish, they are greedy, and they do not care.
They do not give a dang, and
I've
that's
been dealing with it since March, since everything shut down initially. They don't give a shit, and they got stupider. since then.
However, maybe this New Japan resurgence, it could indeed be a blueprint for how things go in the future. I pray that it goes well, because I have missed Tetsuya Naito with all of my fucking heart, and I want to see him perform again.
because I've been trying to keep up with UFC, but they've had like 87 shows in the past week. No word.
What is
Like-
happening in UFC land? Please tell us.
All right, so with UFC, they did a few shows 2 weeks ago. They had 3 in like 1 week, which is insane. And they're doing. No, it was last week. Lockdown is making me lose concept of time, but basically they've done 3 shows in a row. Or maybe more than that. There's a string of shows in a row. No fans, everyone gets tested, that kind of thing. I think it's next month. They're going to Fight Island, which is now, I think it's Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. And
hang on, wait.
is it Yas Island?
Are you telling me? Are you fucking telling me?
Yeah.
That Dana White is holding a fighting, not tournament, but a contest. A contest of warriors.
A string of them, yes.
A string of them?
Yes.
On some island in the Middle East.
Yes.
Is this Mortal Kombat?
No,
is this Enter the Dragon? Is this a Bruce Lee movie? What are you talking about?
So they're going to do these
Jim
fights.
Kelly doesn't show up, I quit.
What is this?
They're doing a series of shows, including I think it's UFC 251, in the Middle East, on this island. And apparently they've got the island for like a 10-mile radius, and no one else is allowed near or inside this zone except for UFC star fighters and stuff. This is bizarre. What is this?
They might as well have just put a giant fucking cage around the island, like the giant octagon that spans 10 miles.
It's basically like Call of Duty Warzone, but for UFC. Like it's just like you can't get in, and you gotta get to the middle. Like it's
fucking Fortnite starring
UFC
has.
So yeah, that's what UFC are doing. Conor McGregor retired again, but whatever, he retires every other week. So
again.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time in 4 years he's retired, which is just.
Prime sleep.
God, Michael Jordan beat by a lot then.
He like broken the law recently.
No, he basically I think rumor has it that he wanted a series of fights, and UFC were like, no, and Conor was just like, that's it, feck it, I'm retired, and that was it. And he just says, I'm bored now, I don't want to do this anymore. But to be fair, he has more money than any of us will ever see combined, so it's like...
Wait, he's fucking like, oh, UFC, I want to do me fights. And then they're like, no. And then he's like, oh, I don't want to do me fights anymore then, that's fine. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Or something.
Does he want to fight or not? Like, is he going to Bellator? What is...
He just wants to get paid.
Oh, I want the money to punch a guy in the face and have it be legal. Well,
the problem the UFC has is, back in the day, they were all pay-per-view based. So, like, you needed big stars like your Ronda Rouseys and your Brock Lesnar's and your George St. Pierre's and your Conor McGregor's to sell pay-per-views. But because they're on ESPN Plus, you just pay for that streaming service, and it's just like a flat rate, regardless of anything. So they don't need major stars anymore. They just put on random shows, and they just make money that way.
James A in the chat is like, what was that accent? That's how Conor McGregor talks.
No, that's not how Conor McGregor...
Oh, okay, Mr. I'm partly Irish. Why don't you fucking do it then? Didn't think so.
Toy to touch, shut up.
Yeah.
So,
You do kind of sound like Seamus, though.
That's how he talks.
I mean, there's things here at Yas Island that include things like a Formula One circuit, a beach, Ferrari World. I was about to put Ferrari Land, but that's not what it's called.
Ferrari World? What is it, like Legoland or Disney World? Fucking Ferrari Land. You go around in cars.
Ferrari Water World? What does that mean? I'm just looking at the Wikipedia. Sea World. What else?
The richest place ever, Ferrari World.
There's a beach. There's an open air concert venue. A series of hotels on this island. Who knows?
What the fuck? How big is this island?
It's fucking huge.
Is it an island anymore? It's not a fucking... It's a continent now. All of this shit going on.
it's all on an island.
Fucking Jesus.
Yas Island.
Wow.
So, speaking of that, that's the greatest island in the world, and this is the greatest Suplah show ever. So,
Are you enjoying it so far? Do you feel like you're a part of history?
Do you feel like you're part of something that you could say is the greatest? Well, speaking of which, Backlash will be live, for the most part. So, PW Insider has noted that most of Sunday's Backlash event will broadcast live on the WWE Network, with the exception of the greatest match ever, Edge versus Randy Orton, which is said to have been taped over the weekend.
What?
Now that right there, what you just heard from Brendan, that is the fucking reaction you should have. Picture, if you will, all right?
I'm picturing, Samuel.
Wrestling.
Oh, I know, the big underpants throwing thing. Got you, yep.
Yeah, the big underpants throwing contest. Yeah,
got you, yep.
Yeah.
Now imagine that everything you've seen up until today, the 10th of June 2020.
Is that what the date actually is today? Good lord, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I struggled. I was like, the 79th of March. Like,
2024.
Yep. No. Imagine every single match up until this point, all of those greatest WWE matches that they have deemed themselves to be great, all of those fucking 7 or 8 star Tokyo Dome shitting stars matches. Every single one. Imagine every single one of those, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Those are shit. Those are nothing. Because, lads, what we've got here, Edge versus Orton.
Right.
This is the greatest wrestling match ever.
Yeah, but how can you...
Starts with a chair shot, a bit.
The greatest wrestling match ever, but it's pre-taped.
All the Backlash is live. Wrestling match ever made.
How in the hell can this be the greatest wrestling match ever when it's pre-taped and every other single match on this show is live? What the fuck? Explain!
They cut all the botches. They cut all the botches.
They cut all the fucking what? How?
They cut the botches. They cut all the audibles. Everything. They cut it to make it look like the best match ever made.
Put fucking CGI on there to put fucking dragons in there. Like, what?
You know, I'd pay to see that.
I mean, I would too, but fucking what?
I'd pay if they put it in the Dragon Ball Super World Universal Tournament arena. That'd be the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't watch WWE, but I'm like, this is not going to be the greatest match of all time, really, is it? The moment they turn around and go, this is the greatest match of all time. James A in the chat says, it should be a 5-second Orton penis punt. I guarantee you that's what WWE are going to do. They're going to be like, this will be the greatest match you have ever seen. Fuck Rock and Austin. Screw Hogan and Andre. Dick kick. Like, that's literally what's going to happen.
I mean, you know how WWE has a penchant to never lie to their fans.
Oh no, not especially not with like the greatest Royal Rumble ever.
No, not even once in a lifetime.
Oh god.
I can only imagine.
The end of an era match. Both times they had that.
All those times I had those end of eras. So many eras. More than Japan of this, right?
And Undertaker was involved in both of them for some reason.
Right? It's almost as if those eras lasted, 2 months each? But regardless, the greatest wrestling match ever is what this is, right?
Nope.
Guarantee you, at some point in the future, they're going to have the greatest wrestling match ever 2. They're going to fucking shit out of their ass.
The greatest wrestling match.
The third greatest wrestling match ever.
The fourth.
You know what?
They get to like 100. Like,
no,
really?
We're going to have, in Suplah Brawl, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have the 9th greatest wrestling match ever. Any 8 matches in history, you can put it before this one, but we're going to have the 9th greatest wrestling match.
The 23rd and a half best wrestling match ever.
It doesn't even exist. The greatest wrestling match ever. I'm going to be bold and I'm going to say it doesn't exist. Because
it's all based on opinions.
It's subjective. It's based on opinions.
Like,
what do you mean?
Like, what it should have been was like, can Edge still do this? That should have been the build of it. I thought that's what they were doing when it first started. I saw like a clip
Can he
of
still fight? They proved that 2 months ago.
yeah,
But
but
even
in an
that was
actual
just-
chain wrestling match,
Yeah.
not rather than a
Has he ever been able
20-hour.
to just chain wrestle?
What chain? Well, an actual like wrestling match rather
Like, I've
than.
never described him as chain wrestling.
Okay.
What are they gonna do? Dress up like Kurt Angle with the headgear and shit?
Okay,
An
maybe-
Olympic style wrestle?
it's gonna take place on like gym mats and shit.
Yeah, they're gonna Greco-Roman wrestle.
It's the
Alright.
greatest match ever, damn
Like
it!
a 10-foot diameter ring painted on the mats.
Or just can he do this with no gimmicks? Can he actually wrestle still, rather than fight, which you
Can
couldn't?
he ever?
I was just gonna say. I mean, you take Edge, right?
This
When
match
you
is
sum-
stupid. Okay.
Sum up his
Like, Kurt
gimmick.
Angle can wrestle. Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar can wrestle. I don't know about Edge. I don't know about half the
Collegiate
fucking
wrestlers
people.
can fucking wrestle. Edge was what was his name? The ultimate opportunist. Wherein
He would do whatever it took to win.
he would take shortcuts, he would cheat, he would do literally anything to avoid wrestling as much as he possibly could so that he could win with the least amount of effort. This is the greatest
He's
wrestling.
got better chance of doing this.
We're missing the most important bit, right? We're missing the greatest part of all of this, right? The theme for the pay-per-view. Because as we all know, WWE likes to pick bangers for their shows, or they used to. The theme for this pay-per-view is a song called The Greatest Show. Now, if you're unfamiliar with a movie called The Greatest Showman,
Oh god.
it was a musical starring
Oh, no.
Zac Efron, Zendaya was in it, and it was an okay movie. It was an alright movie. Do you know when it came
That
out?
even came out.
Do you know it came out 3 years ago?
It did?
And they're only just now using the fucking theme song from that movie about circus for this fucking pay-per-view.
What's the song from The Showman?
Ew.
I haven't seen it.
I can't sing, alright? And I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but it's like, oh, 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 dun, dun, oh, that song.
Nope, I don't
It's-
know.
Welcome to the greatest. Welcome to the greatest show on earth.
I wish it was
I think
that.
that was a WrestleMania theme.
There was, right? But no, the film is a musical about P.T. Barnum, the man who made the circus, right? And he had circus freaks, and it was an okay movie, and mothers across the world enjoyed the soundtrack and play it on Spotify all the time.
Oh,
You can have that for
God.
your fan. James A in the chat says this is contemporary for Vince. Not even. A song from, like, the Batman movie that came out in the 90s. That is contemporary, right?
Hey, that Prince song is a very good song. It was in the last.
Which one? He did the whole soundtrack.
Did he? I didn't know the Party Man
Yes, he
song.
did. He did the whole fucking song.
My bad.
Like all 9 songs.
Well, Party Man is good. Because that was
Yeah.
He
in.
used the world's greatest by R. Kelly.
No, please,
I'm
God,
the
no.
world's greatest.
The world's greatest diddler.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
Well, you're not wrong there.
Right. Look, come on, right? This is ridiculous, right? This is so funny to me. It's like, it honestly reminds me of that time when they had that pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
And they have that as a theme song. And it never happened
Wait,
again.
They really did?
It
Wait,
was
they really did that?
Yes.
I've never watched that show.
Yes, they have that as the theme song. Jerry Lee Lewis, another famous diddler, he did the theme for that. And it never happened again. It's like a fever
I
dream.
want to watch this pay-per-view now.
Don't do that. I
Don't,
mean,
no, don't do that to yourself. Don't do
should
that.
watch. You
Wait,
should
was
watch.
that Lesnar and Joe?
It was Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar. That was
Okay,
okay.
I did always want to see that match.
But it also had Enzo versus Cass.
Oh,
big ass.
no,
Big
not that
ass.
one.
Yes.
Big
Remember
ass.
this. No, fuck that. Fuck this. This is stupid. Why am I a wrestling fan?
Well,
You
let's.
excited? You excited for the card? We should
Yeah,
do it.
let's-
Actually.
Okay, the Wikipedia page has crashed, so I'm just gonna because it literally says, "Please do not add any matches that you heard on the internet during taping without a reliable source, such as the company's official website or reliable sources." So according to Wikipedia, the greatest match of all time will be Edge Wrestler singles match.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now.
Wrestling.
Go. He's wrestling himself. Go on Wikipedia right now. If you're not watching this live, I'm sorry. I will screenshot this and I'll send it across at some stage. But yeah, like this is literally what it says: Edge Wrestler.
Yeah.
So Edge Wrestler, I think he's gonna win.
I think Edge is Edge versus Wrestler. Which one?
Oh no, literally, it just says Edge in brackets Wrestler. That's it.
Yeah, it does say that.
So
so that means he won.
So Edge wins. There you go.
Edge wins.
Yeah.
Hooray! Edge won the wrestling match. He's the great. Yeah. So does the winner of that match mean they are the greatest wrestler ever?
Possibly. I don't know. I'm not really sure how this works.
I don't understand. So we got that match, right? We all know the story with that. Fucking Edge came back. Everyone was like, "What the fuck? Edge is back." And then Orton was like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna kill you," because that's what he does.
Yeah.
And they had that awful slog of a match at WrestleMania. But now they're building up the fact that this is just a normal wrestling match. The greatest one ever, apparently.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah,
We've got some high standards to live up to.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Rock and Austin, Undertaker and Kane, Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Right.
Exactly that.
All the greatest matches.
Well, I mean, should I do this from undercard upwards or keep going from...
Yeah, do undercard upwards.
Okay, so Apollo Crews, who is the United States champion, will defend his United States champion... Well, he hasn't defended it. The show hasn't happened yet. He will put his title on the line against Andrade.
Andre?
I'm so
Andre?
tired. I've got a headache. I've got
Andre the Giant?
Yes, Andre the Giant. No.
Oh,
Andrade. Andrade.
Right. Andrade.
I have a headache.
Andrade 3000.
You have a headache. Oh, I can't read. Oh. Whatever. I'm paying attention to this story because they're actually making the United States title seem like it's an important thing to give a damn about. So I appreciate that. Apollo Crews has been pretty good lately. He's been showing a lot more personality. He's been stepping himself up. And Andrade is Andrade. He's one of the greatest wrestlers in the company. So this should be a solid match.
Is they letting Apollo emote now? I ain't watched any.
Oh yeah, they're letting him show emotions and everything. He was going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but he got injured because of Andrade. So this is kind of where that's come from. He won the title on a Raw. It was a great moment. But yeah, and they're letting Apollo Crews be a man now, other than a walking smile, which is nice.
Just flippy black man.
Right, yeah. No, they've actually given him a bit of personality. He's basically like, instead of being happy to be here, he is like determined to like be the best, which is simple enough.
All wrestlers.
No, it's simple enough, but it works. It's better than I'm here. Right, yeah. But no, I'm excited for that match in particular, so that should be alright.
And it will be a triple threat tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. It will be Bayley and Sasha Banks, who are the current champions. They're against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross against the Iconics of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce.
So this was originally going to be just Bliss Cross Applesauce, which is apparently it's one of their cute little names that they have as a tag team. Bliss and Cross versus the Iconics. Bayley and Sasha Banks weren't originally in this match, but randomly on SmackDown they just won the women's tag titles from Bliss and Cross.
What?
Yeah. I don't know, but it's happened, so there you go.
The Bliss Cross Applesauce.
Yeah, it's on TV.
All these months of them being a team, and they just now gave them a name.
That's actually terrible.
It's not even on Wikipedia. It's still Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
It took them months to come up with that.
I don't know what you mean. It's the greatest wrestling nickname ever.
What a fucking course.
Yeah, right. The Iconics came back after being like dead on the side of a road for like 6 months, where they just weren't on TV. But now they're back. I miss them. They're hilarious. They're funny. So
It's still iconic.
they are. They do the thing. They're funny.
Yeah.
They laugh. I enjoy watching them. They're pretty. So I want them to win.
Well,
They said
next.
Sasha's champion, so I want Sasha to stay champion.
Oh no! You know what? Because Sasha's champion, she's probably gonna lose it because that's what always happens. She's
Yeah,
never
very true.
defended a title.
You'll tell from her facial expressions when she comes down the ring if she's going to win or lose.
Yeah. If she's enthusiastic, she'll oh yeah, we got a winner here. But if she's like, MG man, it's like okay, yeah.
Well, I'm not taking the pin. So
Nope.
You know what?
But again, Bailey is the SmackDown Women's Champion right now, so
Yes.
she's double champion. Sasha's definitely
Right.
taking
That's
the
a
pin,
good moment.
or even fucking one of the
The other teams.
one of the Applesauce ladies. Basically, I want the Iconics to win. Like,
Yeah, that'd be good for them.
I miss
That way they
Ember
could stay on
Moon.
TV.
Like
do
Jason in the
too.
chat says, I miss Ember Moon. I miss her too. Like maybe
get
make her
healthy.
character a bit more defined, but yeah, I miss her in the ring.
I wonder what she
fucking
could do
good.
as a heel, because her as a face is kind of meh.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, nail the character down a bit more. Because what is she? Is she Kratos? Is she a woman dressing up as Kratos? Is she a
Make her an
nerd?
assassin.
Switch? Like, what is she? Maybe nail that down a bit. You've had time to think about it, sort that out, and that'll be good. But yeah, standard women's tag match. You know how it is. You know how it be. You know what it do.
Well, you know what it do. Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus in a singles match.
What the fuck was that, Andy?
Jeff Hardy was
What it do?
Jeff Hardy was Jeff Hardy was in a storyline where he was arrested for being pissed.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. This was a thing.
Yeah, resident for being angry.
and running over Elias,
Mm.
apparently.
Poor taste.
Yeah, not good.
I mean, granted,
Oh.
like, the idea of the storyline is that I'm pretty sure it's Sheamus that frames Jeff Hardy, because the way it happened, right, is you open SmackDown, you have Renee Young on the scene, like in a parking lot, which is probably the most dangerous place you can be in a wrestling context. The amount of shit goes down
Sure.
there, like, and you see a busted up car, you see Elias on a stretcher, and everyone's like, "Oh my fucking god, what happened here?" And you see in the car, which is a rental, made it very clear because they had the paperwork for it in the car to say that it was a rental. They also had beer bottles in it that were unopened, but they acted as if they had been spilled out and opened.
Like that old commercial where it's like, sorry, could you step out of the car? And there's just a whole river of beer and bottles and shit.
Yeah, it was that. And then the guy calls out the name on the rental paperwork like a fucking bingo sheet, saying, Jeff Hardy? Jeff Hardy! Jeff Hardy? Everyone's
Jeff Harvey.
oh my god, that's Jeff Harvey. Jeff Hardy. Fuck, it's Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy! And they find him in the bushes, just a little while back, covered in the same booze that is in the car. How they knew, because the bottles were still sealed, we have no idea. But the implication is that he was just soaked in alcohol, and he was knocked unconscious, and he was just like, "Oh man, where am I? I'm Jeff Hardy. What's my name? Where am I?"
Oh my god, Elias.
Oh, Elias, what happened, man?
What happened to Elias, man?
Yeah, so the idea is that he was set up, he was framed by evil Sheamus, like,
He was framed. Like that bad Eminem song.
right, who framed Jeff Hardy, right?
I
So
watched that movie, Jeff Hardy in cartoons.
you're watching it
shit.
now. This is what it is. This is that movie. It's shit. But
Oh, okay, it's not that interesting then.
if you don't know anything about Jeff Hardy, he's had issues with DUIs and substance abuse for ever.
Seemingly,
So-
yes.
Really?
This is bad taste, no?
Yeah.
I mean, they had to get his acceptance at least, right?
Yeah, but
It's kind of fucked up to do.
he shouldn't be asked to do that in the first place, surely. It's like, hey, Jeff, ignore all of your past, all of your storied history with substances. We're going to do a substance abuse angle. You in?
Yeah, they did it with Hawk back in the day.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Jeff Hardy, why not? Yeah. No,
Let's rehash this.
it's like, ugh, I don't understand why you done this. I feel bad. I just feel bad for him at this point because
I've
it's
always
like
felt bad for Jeff.
he's got this reputation about him clearly, and they want to take that and put it into a storyline. It's like it's really on the nose and not nice. It's kind of mean. It's like the Piggy James angle from all those years ago.
Yeah,
Where it's this
cringy.
perfectly healthy looking woman who is a professional wrestler and an athlete by nature. And it's like, oh, she's so fat. Oh, let's call her Piggy James. Oh,
Because she weighs 2 pounds more than
fucking Michelle
what
McCool.
were they called?
Laycool.
Like cool. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
because she was
See,
like,
that's a better fucking name than Bliss Cross Applesauce. What the fuck?
I mean, most names are better than that, but fucking Head Cheese was a better name than fucking.
Beautiful people.
Right.
Head cheese.
Awesome Kong and her manager. That name was better than.
What was the manager's name? Raisha Seed or something?
I was gonna say Sheba, but I figured it'd be racist. Just
Yes.
say that.
There was some woman wearing some type of outfit, but anyway.
Was it Rocket Khan?
Yeah.
Raka Khan? No, she was with Scott Steiner and Petey Williams. Or was that?
Okay,
was that the
that
same
was that
person
woman's
with two
name.
different gimmicks? Anyway, point being, this storyline's not good.
No, speaking of
Nope.
people who are not good, Nia Jax will go one-on-one against Asuka, and she will be Asuka will be.
Crouch.
She's putting her WWE Raw Women's Championship on the line.
Just gonna throw the trash can around the ring.
That's
And
what.
Nia's gonna kill her.
Hmm.
She's been hurting way too many fucking people lately. Nia, stop it. Please.
Let's put some subtext to this, okay? Remember last show when we were like, cyberbullying is really shit. We should be nice to each other, right?
Okay. Yes.
Hang on. I'm not calling anyone out. What I'm saying is, that still stands.
Okay.
However, I think we're allowed to criticize a woman for injuring many of her colleagues
Yeah.
Within like 3 or 4 years.
for the longest time, right? Nia Jax has a long list. The woman of 1,004 botches of just various different women. Her most famous probably being when she broke Becky Lynch's face in 2018.
And launched her into superstardom for the next 2 years.
Granted, that was an added plus. However, the most recent occurrences with Kairi Sane probably not going to have the same effect. As in shoving her into stairs awkwardly so that she gets a fucking mile-long gash on the top of her head. Power bombing her so that her head lands on the bottom of the turnbuckle.
Great. And that's led to that move being banned.
Yeah, I mean, granted, Sting probably had a petition to get that move banned a couple years ago, but nevertheless, yeah. She's
I feel
failed
like,
Sol.
I feel like both times with that move is just Sting was what 60 at that point.
But then he also did it to
Very
Finn
close to
Balor.
it, if
Okay, fine, all right. But
Balor's arm fell off and he had to vacate the title.
okay, well that was into a barricade, which was never a good idea. And then
Right.
Sting was he shouldn't have been wrestling, to be fair. And then Nia shouldn't be doing that move because she injures people anyway. Sometimes.
Just people doing the other
Recklessly.
stuff. Why do a move that actually?
I mean,
hurts
she's
aggressive?
concussed Selena Vega before.
That's what I mean. Like, why would you allow?
Awkwardly, she's hurt Alexa Bliss. Has like an in-shoulder injury, I believe it was. I think that was actually a Backlash like 2 years ago. So she's injured Bliss. There was something with Bailey. I think even the year before that. I think she got an injury also on the shoulder, which put her out of a SummerSlam match. And then Charlotte Flair does the moonsault, and Nia doesn't fucking catch her. And then she, in the same match, she botched I think it was meant to be a shoulder breaker, but instead of putting Charlotte's shoulder on her knee, she put her fucking head onto her knee.
What the fuck? Oh, God, it's so hard to like Nia.
I get it.
I said this.
Nia is probably a lovely person in real life. We don't know her, but when you are repeatedly giving injuries to your colleagues, there's a problem. You need to sort it out. It's not good. Your division is bare as it is at the moment, but by your own doing. Why are you making it worse?
And the thing is as well, like, when she got called up, and I can't believe it's been 4 years, but when she was called up in 2016, I remember saying, this is way too soon. This is way too soon. And like
everybody said.
And the thing that winds me up is it's almost like rewarding this, I don't want to call it behaviour, but rewarding these saying, OBS studio is disconnected. Reconnection successful.
Yep, we're offline.
Are we back?
Are we back? Hello?
What happened?
Everybody, are we back yet?
Stream resumed.
Back again. Shady
Suplah's back. The greatest Suplah show ever!
The Suplah show, we're back. Okay, I don't know what happened. The show died for 4 seconds, so I don't know how much we lost.
This truly is the greatest Suplah show ever.
So great you get 2 parts of it.
All right. When did we cut out, ladies and gentlemen? Because we want to make sure you didn't lose any of this genius discussion that's sure to rivet your funny bones.
So, I'm also negotiating my dinner with my fiance at the same time. As I'm very professional. So,
it's 9 o'clock in the evening. Why are you eating? Oh,
because we haven't had dinner yet.
Eat it at like 7, like a normal person.
It's 2 hours. So the point is that Nia, I just why are you rewarding Nia with this? I don't understand. If anyone else screwed up this much in their job, they wouldn't be there anymore.
It's because she's related to The Rock, probably. Just putting that out there.
Well,
don't want to accuse WWE of nepotism because, fucking, when have they ever done that before?
Well,
it's definitely what it is, and it sucks. And people are saying, like, Brian Alvarez went on a fucking long rant about this, right? Being like, just send her back down to developmental. That's where she'll get better. It's like, okay, you send her back down to developmental. She's going to do everything she's doing now, except replace Kairi Sane with Io Shirai. Or any other women on that roster right now. Dakota Kai. Candice LeRae, Tegan Knox. All of these, it doesn't matter if she's in developmental or not. What matters is that she's not getting trained properly. Or even if she is trained properly, she still keeps making these mistakes. Maybe it's fine. Maybe wrestling just isn't for you. Which is okay, because there are plenty of people in the fucking Samoan dynasty who don't wrestle. So, I don't know, maybe be a manager or something. Maybe be like a Diesel, except don't actually wrestle. Just look intimidating. Or at least...
maybe body slam somebody one time.
Maybe some time off to fucking learn, because she's been off for a while before this. She was injured with... I think both her legs got fucked up, right? So she's had time off, and she's still fucking pulling this shit. But where does it end? Where does it stop? What? Stop it.
Something not yet, though. Why is Nia fighting for the belt? Where's Shayna Baszler?
Good question.
Yeah, no one knows.
Oh. She hasn't been seen since Becky Lynch left. That same show.
Why?
She's been gone 3 weeks.
What?
I know.
Just let her fight Asuka.
She fell in a hole.
Knows how to knock people.
She fell down a well, and no one's thought to check on her.
Oh gosh, she's gonna come back as the Rain Girl.
Oh, that'd be so cool. But no, fucking gotta push Nia, because she deserves it, right? Fuck this. It's stupid. She's probably lovely as a person, but she's really bad at her job. That's a fact. That's not up to opinion. She has injured people multiple occasions. And you
She has
can't
an
blame...
unintentional Hall of Pain.
Right, she has an actual Hall of Pain. That was a gimmick. Don't make it real.
well,
Somebody's gonna get the nice kick.
Somebody go and get her leg broke.
well. Speaking of someone that's gonna go get these hands, The Miz and John Morrison will take on Braun Strowman, who will be defending his WWE Universal Championship in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
I'm kind of intrigued by that, but I know exactly how it's gonna go.
So let me ask, right? In a question that rivals, how do dogs wear pants?
What?
You know that question, how would a dog wear pants? Would he wear it on like all four of the legs or on just the hind legs?
Definitely on all four.
It would be on the hind legs.
No, it's all four.
No, that's point being.
You can't put him on all four because the dog will just like fucking
you
fall
can.
over and land on its face every 4 seconds.
That's the point.
No, have pants at work.
Have pants at work.
No.
Give me 4-legged pants.
It's like, why don't we have a full bodysuit that just ignores our backs and just goes on our arms and legs?
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't work. No, not yes. No. Anyway, that's not what I'm trying. The point is, the question is, in a question that rivals that debate, who wins the world title if Braun loses?
It starts a new
Because
feud for no reason.
It's not Braun versus The Miz versus John. It's Braun versus The Miz and Jonathan Morrison.
Are they going to lay cool it and break the belt in half?
Are they gonna both be co-universal champion? How are we doing this? What is the idea?
I guess the person who pins them becomes the champion.
But then they're going to be fighting each other.
Right, because it's two people fighting for a belt that's for one person. If it was a triple threat, it would be, whoever gets the pin is the champion. But what? Have we ever had a case of a singles title being won in a result of a handicap match?
I know the Intercontinental Championship was held by China and Chris Jericho at one point.
Are we going to get that with the Universal Championship between...
They did triple threats, didn't they?
Was it?
I mean,
okay.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why are you doing... What happened to The Fiend? Where's The Fiend? You were fighting Bray Wyatt, like not The Fiend. You were fighting Bray Wyatt at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, why?
Where's he gone? Did I miss that? Did I miss the fucking the off-screen death of The Fiend or something? Like, why is he not fighting for the championship right now? What's going on?
He's going to interfere at the end of this match or afterwards and go dap, and then there he is.
Either him or Oates is going to have a comedy spot, something like that. Like, oh yeah, Bray Wyatt's second child got born. That's why.
He got a second child already? Damn.
Yeah, with JoJo.
He just keeps popping babies in her. Anyway.
Jonathan Joestar.
No, that's not her name, for God's sake.
Jonathan Joestar.
Nah,
or is it Joestar?
No, it's Jotaro.
It's Jotaro Kujo, yeah.
Woofy in the chat says, so he had to quarantine because of that.
I mean, yes. Good fucking idea.
Makes sense.
That makes all the sense in the world.
What Roman's doing. But yeah, apparently we're just getting a handicap match, and it's clear that Braun is winning, so fuck it, right?
Well, speaking of things that may not be so clear, Drew McIntyre will defend he's putting his WWE Championship on the line against Bobby Lashley.
I like what they're doing with Lashley and MVP. They basically replace Lana with MVP. Good fucking idea. Because, for whatever reason, they can't write Lana to get heat for shit. So, MVP is a good
company.
Yeah. She's married to Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do we love
I
Bobby?
forgot about that awful storyline.
So yeah, they've made it so that MVP is like, I'm a better manager than your wife, dipshit. Do the full Nelson. And so Bobby Lashley has been doing. That's been his thing, right? He's been putting people in the full Nelson, like the Master Lock challenge. He's literally been doing that, making it
The
a point
Lashley
to.
lock.
Yeah.
I like the alliteration.
And so you've got Lashley versus fucking Drew McIntyre. That's his name. I almost forgot his name. Wow. But yeah, it should be good. It should be a good match. We've been building up Bobby to be a pretty decent threat to the title. I hope he doesn't win because Drew's a better champion at this point. I like to see the good guy win. Call me a mark, whatever. I like Drew Lashley. Fuck me. I like Drew McIntyre as the champion right now, and I hope it stays that way.
I've got a
I
bad
think it'd be
feeling.
too soon for him to give up the belt anyway, though.
I've got a bad feeling. And also, before I give my bad feeling, if you go on the Wikipedia page for Backlash right now, it is completely broken. It literally just it's just a big paragraph of.
Oh my god, it's broken.
It's so broken. It's
a line of code. It's a line of code. Oh no, the script is broken. What are we gonna do?
And literally says, and then it says match 7: Charlotte Flair versus Shayna Baszler. Who the fuck is? Who the fuck?
No. You misread it. It says Shiner Baszler.
Oh, I thought there was a porn website as well. What the fuck?
Shiner Brazzers.
I mean, what? So basically,
No, it says Flair versus Shiner Baszler versus Andrade. And apparently it's for the United States Championship, and Shiner Baszler is the champion.
That sounds like a handicap match.
Which one of you guys did this? Like,
I didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, people are doing a live show on the internet. You know, it'd be funny if we fuck with the script.
So my bad feeling is, here's what's gonna happen, right? And this leads to Brocky Rocky, right?
What the fuck do you mean, at least?
Here's what's gonna happen, right? I know what's gonna happen. Bobby Lashley wins, right? He wins at this show. They'll do a rematch. Bobo wins again, right? And then that leads to Bobo Lasho against Bork Laser at SummerSlam. Brock wins.
I don't want to see that match anymore.
That is what I bet that's what they're doing.
It's 10 years too late, man. So yeah, you probably
I'll
money.
watch it, but I won't enjoy it like I would if I was fucking 14.
I don't want to see
whatever.
Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. I don't want to see.
I don't want to see Lesnar fight for the belt anymore.
No, he's done now. He put over Drew. It's done. Let him go.
He put over a lot of people, and then they still just like, you know what? Screw it. We'll put it back on Lesnar for a bit.
Except Kofi, right? You know, he didn't put Kofi over. No, fuck that.
He fucking ruined Kofi. Well, not ruined, but he definitely killed all the fucking happiness around it.
Mm-hmm. Count on Brock Lesnar to ruin things. He'll probably ruin this at some point, but literally, he lost to Drew at WrestleMania. Well, fuck off. Go away.
If you do, and if he does come back, just fight, but not for the belt. That's the only
right. This doesn't even need the title. Just do full Nelson versus German suplex. Just have that be the match.
No, make it a submission. Paul Nelson versus the Kimura.
Yeah. Does he even do that anymore?
Nah, well, sort of.
Brock Lock. Bring the Brock Lock back, damn it! I love that move. It was beautiful.
That was pretty good, wasn't it? But no, that's too fun. His moveset is boring because he's a heel.
And that one time when he just killed Cena, I was like, "Yep, that's all you got to do now, Brock." And these people love it.
That's all she wrote. Baseball.
Sure, but they're starting to boo it. Nah, they love it.
Yeah. So that's Backlash, basically.
Yeah, that is the greatest show ever. Backlash.
No. Greatest wrestling match ever.
Oh right, yeah, sorry. We're the greatest show ever. They cut out halfway through because reasons.
Yeah, the greatest Suplah show ever.
And that was the greatest Suplah show ever. So thank you for joining us. I will not be watching Backlash because
Why not? It's gonna have the greatest wrestling match ever.
Please stop. Let's give it. Like,
To quote Andy, I don't fucking care.
perfect. I like that quote. That's a good quote. So
I do too. I love it.
what else is there? So yeah, you can find us on social media. If you put in the Suplah, you'll find us on Facebook and Twitter. I think we have an Instagram.
No, we don't.
We don't. Okay. We don't. All right. Fair enough. Also, we have a Redbubble account where you can buy our merch. Put in redbubble.com/people/the You will find us. Please buy our stuff. I don't know if anyone does. And I'm playing EWR at some point this week. In my big garden, my big backyard, banging garden, backyarding. Yeah, that's a mouthful.
Backyard again.
Exactly. And there's that. We have a gaming channel where we, in the past, have played video games. And that wasn't the stream dying, that was my brain buffering. So there's that. And yeah, that is literally it. So I have been Andy Quad.
Cool.
Sam, say bye.
Say bye.
And Brendan, say bye.
This has been the greatest Super Show on earth.
And until next time, we'll see you then. Good morrow.
We really need to talk about how you do these outros.
Why?
They're so bad.
They're not bad.
Every time you take
Did you
5
turn the
minutes.
lights
Why don't take 5 minutes?
off? Turn the lights off, Andy.
Turn the lights off, Andy.